Hi, many of us were taught in secondary school that we must always round 5 upwards. But did you know that this is not actually the case? If you didn't, watch the video to become one of the few people who do know this. If you know, you can still watch it. So let me start with an incident that I personally experienced. I met an aerospace engineer who had 12 years of experience at NASA, where he had been a department manager. He later left NASA to start his own business, and he employed a worker whose specialty was applied mathematics. I asked them two questions that have always fascinated me about NASA. The first was about the sunset, which I will skip as it is not very relevant to this topic. My second question was about the rounding of 5, a topic we had a small discussion about a few years ago. I asked about the truth behind the practice of NASA rounding 5 up or down depending on whether the preceding digit is odd or even respectively. Since I asked two questions, the engineer joked, I am not responsible for NASA. He saying it in English was quite funny, so I made a special note of it. However, both he and his employee noted that this practice didn't seem logical. I informed them that this information had been given to us by our chemistry teacher in university, Emil Jivishov. They expressed that there might be a mistake. We then checked online and it turned out that in many fields, especially to preserve statistical balance, the method of rounding 5 was indeed as Emil teacher had described. I was pleased that our conversation was beneficial not just for me, but for them as well. I wanted to express my gratitude to Emil teacher for giving us such a unique piece of information this way. Curiously, just one day before this conversation, Emil teacher had also given valuable feedback on a post I had made about voice in atoms. Unfortunately, my connection with Emil teacher has been officially limited to one semester and unofficially to occasional personal messages or comments on posts. So, what do you think the rule for rounding 5 should be? And what question would you ask the engineer who used to work at NASA?